Sunshine Hollow. Don't mind the noise in the back or the mud on my face, but we are deep into planting in our greenhouse that we finally got finished, which is amazing. And also today, it is April 5th, and it's time to plant sweet peas. Sweet peas are really resentful of being transplanted, so they're one of those awesome plants that you get to direct sow. I have lots of varieties here, including the Midnight and the Royal Wedding, which is just a plain white, but you've got to have that. Another Royal Wedding, yeah. Mars, which is a really deep magenta, almost purpley, reddy pink. It's gorgeous. And Wiltshire Ripple, which is kind of, if you know of the Nimbus variety, it's a knockoff Nimbus, I would say. Sorry, whoever bred Wiltshire Ripple, but I do love it. There was just no Nimbus left. So it's kind of like a blue, gray, purple type flower. Mitch right now is, I can see him out back there, he is tilling up our plot. Right now it's seeded in clover, and he's gonna till up a couple rows. We're gonna put up those locust poles that we got from the forest, and we're gonna trellis these bad boys. Along with those sweet peas, we're also sowing in the greenhouse those cold hardy varieties like poppies and bachelor's buttons and snapdragons. We're getting those all sown up. Greenhouse is definitely staying like 10 to 15 degrees above what's going on outside, but at night it is dropping down to the low 40s, and that's not gonna be acceptable for things like solonids, your tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. It's not suitable for the non-cold hardy crops, so that will be a little later. So for now we're doing those plants that can withstand a little bit of cold. Most of the plants that we're sowing today, like the poppies and the snapdragons and some of the like yarrows, some of the things that are just little tiny seeds that are kind of variable in germination, are something that I like to sow into these channel trays. With the channel trays, you just seed a whole bunch of seeds, and when they all come up, you have to prick out the little seedlings. And the reason we do this is just because we don't know what the germination is going to be like. We can't trust these little tiny seeds. They really like to be lightly covered, so we keep them in the channel trays and then deal with them once we see. So I like to start by filling up my tray with soil. The soil that you fill your tray up with should be fairly moist, not sopping wet and not clumping together. So you want to overfill your trays so that when you drop down and the soil settles, you can really move it around and make sure that everything gets filled with soil so that you know your transplants are getting enough nutrient and enough soil on their roots. And then once I've made sure that everything is tamped down and spread out, I usually take either a chunk of wood or, a chunk of wood or anything with a straight edge works. And I just kind of saw across like so. And then you have your nice neat channels. Now you're ready to sow your seeds. Make sure you write some labels that you can put in to your seed tray so you don't mix everybody up. And here we go. So now that you've sown your seeds, it is time to just poke down with your finger and make sure that everything has good seed to soil contact. So I just go through, usually with all my fingers, and just make a little contact and push that seed into soil. After I've pushed the seeds into the soil, I have this tray here filled with really dry, really light, fluffy soil that I'm just going to take handfuls of and sprinkle on top. This is really important when you have seeds that need light for germination, which it will say on the back of all of your packs of seed. It should tell you whether the seed needs light to germinate. But if it's a perennial that would naturally self-sow in the wild, you can assume that it would probably be laying on top of soil and need light to germinate, as well as if it's just a tiny seed. I mean, this isn't true for every single tiny seed, but a lot of them do need light to germinate. So you just want to put a light sprinkling on top, making sure that you've got everything covered lightly. And then I go through and I do another little pat down. And then your tray is finished and you can move on to the next. And once you get a whole bunch of trays lined up, or what you're done with for the day, you can set them on your table and then just give them all a really nice watering. You want to make sure that everything is moist and everything gets that good first drink. Thanks so much for watching this video on starting your seeds. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out anytime, email, message, whatever works best for you. I just want everyone to have a wonderful season and be filled with abundance. So thanks again, and I will catch you next time.